What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Silver and Gray here, and today I want to talk about a little bit about the Typhon abilities versus the human abilities that you can do within Prey of 2017. And the reason why decided to make this quick video is because as much as I love the Dishonored games, okay, but I love this game because of the fact of how different it plays to a certain type of play style that you can do within this game. Yes, you can do that in Dishonored, but it's a little bit more, to me, it felt like it was a little bit more convoluted in a way of what kind of a playstyle that you can do within the Dishonored games. But as far as I'm concerned, or as far as it is concerned with Prey 2017, this game just does something a little bit more unique than from what I initially figured out while playing the Dishonored series. But anyways, to much further ado, let's delve right into this. Now, with the Neuromods, when you have scientists, for one, and if you go all as soon as you can, as fast as you can, get necropsy, because that'll help you recover more valuable organs from Typhon remains. Typhon organs can be recycled for exotic material, which is used in the fabrication of Neuromods. So basically, with all the Neuromods that you will eventually be finding, or Neuromod fabrication plan that you can pick up eventually within maybe within early or mid-late of the game itself, you are able to fabricate Neuromods and be able to use them as you see fit, no matter what kind of attributes or perks that you want to induce yourself in order to be a much more physicality or much more efficient in firearms, so to speak. So like I said, get necropsy as fast as possible because you will double your or recover more valuable organs from the Typhon remains, as it sees here. So my apologies for that little repetition. So that's a really much needed requirement. You can go with hacking if you want to. And the only reason why I went up to hacking 2 is because there are certain areas that where you can actually get through the game a little bit early on if you go to hacking number 2 and you're able to go through certain doors that will have hacking 2 rather than hacking 3 or hacking 4. And quite honestly, it's not really the much benefit to do so, but you can if you'd like to, if you want to go that specific type of route. Now, if you want to go with the neural stimulant, increase the effectiveness of psi-hypos by 50%, and then increases the effectiveness of psi-hypos by 100%. I might have to maybe probably infuse myself with these two neural stimulants, so that's because I am actually going a little bit with some Typhon abilities as well, but we'll delve right into that here real quickly. And then with the psionic aptitude, increase your psi pool to 150. Psionic aptitude will increase your psi pool to 200, and then your psi pool will increase to 250 with the psionic aptitude number 3. Now with the psychotronics 1, 2, and 3, when you go all the way up to 3, you'll be able to allow installation of 2 additional chipsets on your psychoscope. And we'll talk a little bit more about the psychoscope as well. So here we go. We are not going to go to the engineer. And I like the gunsmith. By all means, go up to gunsmith 2. Allows use of weapon upgrade kits to fully upgrade security weapons. That's much more. I think that's really amazing and good to use. So I highly advise going with that if you want to do so. Another thing though too, if you have enough Neuromods, by all means get the suit modification number 3 because you will be able to have the installation with more inventory space and allow installation of 2 additional chipsets for your armor or for your gear, and that will not be used for your psychoscope. And then dismantle. There will be some items within the game you'll find duplicates of when it comes to weapons. If you do not want to use them in the recycling machine to get materials out of that, you will only get repair materials out of the weapons that you will dismantle. So that makes sense. And then by all means, get materials expert, increase recycling yield by 20%. This will help you maintain a lot more additional materials to be collected and be able to use to make not your weapons, but basically your ammunition or the jet propulsion system that you'll be using when you go into zero gravity. So that'll be much more helpful as well for your benefit. The lab tech is going to be really good. It allows use of weapon upgrade kits to upgrade non-standard tech weapons beyond modification level 1. And then go to lab tech number 2, allows use of weapon upgrade kits to fully upgrade non-standard tech weapons as well. Now, if you want to go in the impact calibration, which will reduce stamina cost of wrench attacks by 25%, and then if you go to 2, you have 50% more damage with your wrench attacks, and then you have attacking with the wrench has 25% chance to do bonus damage. So if you want to be able to do a little bit of melee combat as well, I do highly advise, probably or recommend going with the pulverize with the required Neuromods of 6. Now we're going to go to security. With firearms, especially if you're going to go with firearms like the shotguns or the pistols that you will only actually acquire within the game, they are known as security weapons. So basically with the firearms, 1 increases damage with security weapons to 120% and chance to critically hit to 6%. Then at firearms 2, you increase your damage with security weapons to 150% and chance to critically hit to 10%. So that's really good, especially if you want to go with a pistol and with your shotgun, and then get your shotgun fully maxed at for your damage per second for your weapon. So that's really cool as well. I highly advise doing that. And then go to conditioning, increase your health to 115 and your stamina to 105, run, sneak, climb, and sprint at 5% faster. That's really cool. By all means, go with the toughness. Increase your health to 150, natural lifespan increased by 25 years. In toughness number 2, increase your health to 200%, natural lifespan increased by 50 years. And then, of course, increase your health to 300, natural lifespan increased by 75 years. So you want to have a good amount of toughness if you actually will eventually go into further combat within the world of Prey 2017. Now, what's really highly advised, I will go with, if you want to go with some stealth, by all means, go into stealth when enemies take longer to detect you when you are sneaking or crawling. Stealth number 2 is going to help you walk and run without making noise. And then stealth number 3, require Neuromods of 8, sprint without making noise. Now, the sneak attack is going to be really nice if you want to do some more damage within your sneak attacks, either with a wrench or with any other weapons that you will be using with your pistol or your shotgun. Go with sneak attack 1, do 200% damage to enemies while they are unaware of you. And that sneak attack number 2, with a requirement of 6 Neuromods, do 250 damage to enemies while they are unaware of you. This is very OP if you know how you're going to use it. So there we go. Now, I'm only going to talk about one specific area of the energy part where I will be discussing is the super thermal. I have tested everything else within the whole entire energy tree here for Prey 2017, but to my further favorite of everything, it is the super thermal, because the super thermal is one of the highly overpowered abilities within the game. It will help amongst all enemies within the game and help you provide to have much more firepower with the enemies as you provided with pistol or your shotguns. So go full max on your super thermal 3. And then there you go. I will, however, eventually go up to 4 Neuromods and get my thermal absorption. Now, morph. If you want to do this, go by all means, go with Mimic Matter number 1 as you see fit. Once you start out, after you use your Cycloscope, that will help you maintain the first Mimic Matter number 1. Camouflage yourself by taking form of a nearly object uses 2 psi per second. Mimic Matter number 2, camouflage yourself by taking the form of a nearby object. Mimic slightly more complex machines such as turrets, uses 2 psi per second. And then listen to me. And then Mimic Matter number 3, camouflage yourself by taking form a nearby object. Mimic complex machinery such as operators, uses 2 psi per second. Now, I went with regeneration. This is really cool, especially if you're going to be after taking damage. Regenerate up to 10 health immediately after taking damage, and then regenerate up to 25% health or 25 health immediately after taking damage. So that's really good to use, though, as well. Now, be careful of the amount of Neuromods that you are putting into the Typhon abilities, because once that happens, you will eventually get attacked by turrets because you have more... you have more Typhon abilities acquired rather than your normal security engineer or scientist abilities that you can do. That is basically more on the human side. But when you get more into the Typhon powers as well, like I said, the turrets will fire upon you, and that is not good. But it's always a good idea, just go up behind them before they even detect you and just shut them down automatically. Now, what I will say, and another thing though too, what's really nice about the telepathy tree is by all means go with remote manipulation. That'll help you open doors, especially if you do not want to go with the hunter's crossbow, which is a nerf crossbow as well, which is kind of cool. I really like that. And then if you want to go up to remote manipulation 2 or 3, you can do that too if you want to, but that's all up to you. Let's see. Oh yeah. And then last but not least in this telepathy tree, you want to go into Mind Jack. All the way up, because what's going to happen, there is a Typhon in this game called the Technopath. And what that Technopath does, there's a certain part of a level to where you have to either sacrifice the human beings by killing them, or if you want to be able to have them survive and get the really good ending, I do highly advise use the Mind Jack on that Technopath that is taking over the ability of the human beings in that specific level. And it's the crew quarters, if I remember correctly. I believe so. But anyways, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. But if you have any comments or questions you might have, please feel free to put them in the comment section below. I'd be more than happy to reply back if you have any types of questions, more so than any types of comments at all. So anyways, this is Silver and Gray. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great night and take care. Peace.